All right, today we're going to crack open a kind of cabinet of curiosities. We're going to explore 6 pretty incredible stories from all over the world that, on the surface seem to have absolutely nothing in common. But each one tells us something really powerful about the unseen forces and hidden connections that shape our world. It sounds like the start of a pretty weird joke, right? But I promise there's a real connection here. Each of these stories is about hidden scale, about unseen impact, and about how the most important part of the story is often the part you just can't see. So stick with me on this one, and we'll piece this whole puzzle together. Okay, let's dive in. So our first story takes us to the Blue Nile River. We're looking at a monument of very visible power, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. But its real story is in the unseen consequences that ripple all the way downstream. Just to get a sense of the scale here, we're talking over 5,000 megawatts of electricity. That number is so huge that this one single project is set to literally double Ethiopia's entire power output. It's a total game changer for the nation, aiming to bring electricity to nearly half the population that, right now, lives completely without it. But a project this massive, it's bound to create some serious tension. On one side, you've got Ethiopia, where the dam is a symbol of national pride and a crucial step towards development. But on the other side, downstream, you have Egypt, which relies on the Nile for a staggering 97% of its water. They see this dam as a direct threat to their very survival. It's this classic conflict of national ambition versus, well, existential need. Okay, so the dam, that's a story of obvious power creating hidden problems. But our next curiosity? It's the total opposite. A seemingly small project that unleashed this hidden tidal wave of cultural power that absolutely nobody saw coming. Let's talk about the K-pop Demon Hunters. This animated musical was supposed to be for kids and families. That was the plan. But then something wild happened. It completely exploded beyond that target. And I mean exploded. It captured this massive audience across every single age group. It became a true global phenomenon. Get this, boosting Netflix's overall viewership by 9% in its release month alone. And the scale of this thing was just off the charts. This wasn't just a hit movie. It became Netflix's most streamed film of all time. And the success just spilled over everywhere. It hit #1 at the box office in its limited run, the soundtrack shot into Billboard's top 10, and its lead single, Golden, went straight to #1. It was a complete and total cultural takeover. That film's success was kind of like a perfect cultural iceberg, right? A small visible tip with this massive unseen fan base, which, hey, brings us to our next exhibit, The Real Deal, a natural wonder that perfectly embodies our theme today. So what exactly is an iceberg, anyway? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's just a huge chunk of freshwater ice that's broken off from a glacier and is now just floating around in the ocean. Sounds simple enough, right? But that simplicity is really, really deceptive. And this is the crazy part. This is the classic tip of the iceberg idea we always talk about, but visualized. Because ice is less dense than saltwater, about 90% of an iceberg's enormous mass is hidden completely beneath the surface. What you see is just a tiny, tiny fraction of the frozen giant lurking below, which is exactly what makes them so dangerous for ships. Okay, so an iceberg's power is all about its hidden mass. Our next object's power is hidden in where it comes from. And it's something I guarantee you have in your kitchen right now. The only rock that humans actually eat: salt. Yeah, we sprinkle it on our food every day without a second thought. But have you ever really stopped to wonder how that fine, crystalline table salt gets from a massive underground mine, like the one deep beneath Lake Huron in Canada, all the way onto your fries? Turns out it's this really clever process called mechanical evaporation. So first, they pump water deep down into the salt deposit. That water dissolves the salt, creating this super salty liquid called brine. Then that brine gets pumped back up to the surface where it's heated. The water evaporates away, and what's left behind? Those pure, fine salt crystals that end up in your salt shaker. So the salt on your table has this whole hidden industrial journey. But what about a hidden ecological one? For that, we got to talk about the American bison, an animal that, for centuries, has been secretly engineering an entire landscape. Yeah, this timeline tells a really intense story of collapse and recovery. I mean, from a population of 30 million, bison were hunted almost to extinction. Today, places like Yellowstone are a stronghold for about 5,000 of these incredible animals, and a brand new study is showing us just how vital their comeback really is. And here's what's so cool. For years, Native American tribes like the Rosebud Sioux have held that bison are sacred shapers of the land. And now, science is catching up and proving that traditional wisdom is absolutely correct. A 7-year study found that their grazing dramatically enriches the soil, which in turn grows more nutritious plants, benefiting every other animal in the food web. They really are true keystone species. So the bison's unseen influence is huge, written all across the plains. Our last curiosity, though, takes us to a much, much smaller hidden world, the one inside the human heart, which is being revealed by a 200-year-old tool that's getting a radical, high-tech upgrade. The journey of the stethoscope is just wow. It started so humbly back in 1816 with a French doctor who literally just rolled up a piece of paper to better hear a patient's heart. Now, you fast forward to today, and a new AI-powered version can listen to a heart, detect 3 different serious conditions in just 15 seconds, and send the results straight to a doctor's phone. It's incredible. So let's go back to that first question. What connects a colossal dam, demon-hunting pop stars, and the only rock we eat? Well, it's the power of the unseen, right? It's the dam's hidden consequences, the film's hidden audience, the iceberg's hidden mass, the salt's hidden origin, the bison's hidden impact on an entire ecosystem, and the stethoscope revealing the hidden signals of our health. Every single story is its own kind of iceberg. And it just makes you wonder, what other extraordinary truths are out there, hiding just below the surface, waiting to be explained?